back to my YouTube channel, guys. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to another video. Today I am doing my February wrap-up. This is the most I've read in a month, like ever in my life. I did a lot of traveling, so there was a lot of like reading in between. The one thing that I sucked at was actually updating my socials with my reading on SCRIBD. And if you would like to join SCRIBD and you haven't signed up yet, I will put a referral link below. You can get 60 days free. I also get 30 days of free unlimited access to all the books that they offer on SCRIBD if you use my link below. So guys, I've just been reading smut, okay? It's just smarts and vibes. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. So first book we have is Planting Gardens in Graves by R.H. Sin. It's a journey of experiencing things. It's experiencing love, heartbreak, being triggered, and reliving a traumatic experience and choosing to rise above it, I guess. It opened my heart in a sense that I started writing again. I haven't written in so long, guys, and it really opened my heart. And I appreciate this book because I think I really needed to read this book now in my life. It just resonated with me, guys. I know some people are just kind of like, girl, relax, chill, it's a book. If you know me, you know how much books, movies, love make me feel in terms of how I experience or in terms of how I better myself. I don't know, like some people would get it, people won't get it, but those that get it. I don't know, it really made my heart happy. It's a beautiful piece of work and I really loved it. Second book that I read this month is Twisted Games by Anna Huang. I hope I'm saying it right. This book is the second book in the Twisted series. I read Twisted Love last year and Twisted Love was okay. Like it wasn't like, it was okay. I liked the tension that happened there, but I'm not really gonna talk much about it. But when I read Twisted Games, I had kind of like high expectations because I was like, okay, if the first book didn't hit that much, the second book better hit. So this book, we follow Bridget and Rise, grumpy sunshine trope, forbidden love. Bridget is a princess in line for the throne when her brother decides to forfeit the throne because he has decided to fall in love. Rias is her bodyguard. Instantly, guys, there's like tension, like they bump heads, okay? They don't like each other. There's tension. I will give this book that. The tension was really good. Anna Huang is an amazing writer. It's just that there's something missing for me, especially for the first two books. I'm not really convinced, okay? This book was just such a disappointment, guys. Like, not a big fan. Like, the first book was so much better than the second book, actually. A lot of, like, time jumps. For me, it took away the build-up, I guess. I wasn't a big fan of the sex scenes. I don't know why. Maybe it's because this book, for me, felt a little out of touch. Maybe it's because I can't really relate. It could have been good. Like, it could have been good because I like the grumpy sunshine trope. I like the bodyguard kind of trope, you know. It could have been good. And it was just not hitting. The third book that I read was Twisted Hate by Anna Huang, which is the third book of the Twisted series. This book we follow Jules and Josh. Quickly, enemies to lovers, my best friend's brother. Jules has a secret that's been haunting her for like all her life. Josh is struggling with the guilt that he feels when it comes to his sister and the guilt that he has with his father and the relationship that is like hanging over his head. A situation happens and then they end up working in the same space, I guess. They get to be around each other a lot. That causes, you know, some tension to build. Decide to have kind of like a friends with benefits type of relationship. But they do have a great sexual chemistry. Whoo! I felt things, okay? The plot was amazing. We got a great balance of Jules' POV and Josh's POV. It was just beautiful. It was the best one out of the three books of the series. Definitely recommend the sex scenes, the tension, like that dirty talk. Everything was perfect with this book, okay? Third time was a charm, okay? And that's on period. Another book that I read is Priest by Sarah Simone. A warning, guys, a disclaimer before you read this book, okay? There's some really like hectic stuff that happened here. You might get offended, especially if you are a Catholic type of person and you do respect that space. I don't think this book will be for you, okay? You will be like, these people are so disrespectful because Miss Ma'am. TikTok said this book got some smut. And I was like, okay. Initially, guys, this is like smut and vibes. I didn't care. I cared a little about the characters, but I didn't care about the plot. I didn't care about anything else. I was just like, give me the sex scenes. Let me tell you. The sex scenes here, Miss Ma'am. Whoo! Hi! Let me give you context, okay? We have a priest, Tyler Bells, and he a priest because of something traumatic happened to his family. You know, he's been a priest for a minute when this girl, I even forgot her name. So fine, this girl wakes up into confessions, basically confesses, and Tyler is just like taken aback by her voice. Wow, your voices are rising is, you know, waking things up. And this man took a vow, okay? This man took a vow. Basically, it's a forbidden love. They're not supposed to be together. Tyler kind of like breaks the rules and he goes out to see who she is. Once he sees her, it's kind of like, there's no going back. God, why did you send her here? Because you knew I was weak. The things that they do, guys, is just, there is an oil scene. Tyler is such a devil. Things that they did is just kind of like, I can't believe y'all did that. In God's house. If you're looking for some smut, like just some smut, read this book. Yeah. Second book of the series is Senna, and I technically did not finish this book, to be honest with you. He is Tyler's brother. He is portrayed as a player. I really thought, you know, he was gonna bring the house down, but the priest outdid him. Imagine. Didn't do the things for me. Forbidden love, my best friend's sister, age gap, which is another thing that annoyed me with this book. He kept emphasizing on the age difference, and I'm like, okay, I get it, you older, she still wants you, move on, be sexy and handle your business. The fact that the homegirl came up to you and was kind of like, teach me. Oh, the girl is also in training to become a nun, so she's actually coming to this guy. I want to know what I will be missing out when I do become a nun, when I do take this vow. Actually, no, I did finish this book now that I think about it, because I know how it ends. I did finish this book. Well, Hauntings, brought to you by StoryGraphy Media, edited by Unique Mhlongo. This book is a collection of short stories, and I absolutely love this book. There is a review on my Instagram. I'll put my Instagram here. But this book, it was so good, guys, and like the short stories were so amazing. They were so gripping. At some stories, I was at the edge of my seat because I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Some stories broke my heart. Some stories are very historical. Like, I learned a couple of things about Zulu people, and I remember there was a point when I was reading this book and I kept asking my brother things, and my brother was like, where the heck are you getting this from? There's a story called A Thorn in My Flesh, and I can't stop thinking about this book, guys, because literally, wow, something like that really happened, like in real life. Listen, shout out to StoryGraphy Media, bro. Basically publishing what we like, and this we like. The Charm Offensive by Alison Cotran. It is a queer romance, and let me tell you, it was a beautiful book. It was definitely a beautiful book. It is very similar to Red, White, and Royal Blue, and you guys know how much I loved that book. This book, we follow Dave and Charlie. PSA, protect Charlie by all costs, okay? Dave is a producer on the show called Ever After, and it is kind of like The Bachelor. Charlie is the bachelor, is here on the show to kind of like rehabilitate, it's kind of like fix his image so that he can go back into working in IT. He's like a tech guy. Charlie is a very socially awkward person. He doesn't do well in social spaces. He has anxiety. Charlie being a cynic when it comes to relationships and love and the whole fairy tale type of thing, and Dave being like a hopeless romantic. He believes in love, okay? I got triggered by Dave. Dave is a happy person, always down for the clique, but he goes through these periods where he is depressed, like where he is heavily depressed, and he calls them being a funk. I used to call them being in the hole. It's a really dark time, and I really like how the conversation of being patient with a person who has mental health issues. This book was a beautiful book, guys, and it was well written. I really want to own a copy of this book because it's something that I would definitely be going back to. Last but definitely not least, Miss Miranda Silva, Priceless by Miranda Silva. This is a erotic romance. Is it erotic? Yo! We have Christina she was kind of reckless with her money, and now that she is broke, her lights are cut off, she has no money, and she's not about to ask her parents for money because she doesn't want to be compared to her sister, who is kind of like a goody two-shoe. She's hanging by a thread, okay? And we have Patrick. Patrick is kind of like broody, you know, the silent type. He lives in this fraternity. Patrick has money, and Patrick wants to help Christina, but Christina has to do something. Patrick kind of just like puts out this deal to Christina to kind of like, hey yo, I know you broke, I have money, I'll pay you to have sex. Well, Christina takes this as obviously as an offense. What do you take me for? You can't just, you know, pay me. But also like, girl, you broke, fetch your life, okay? But Patrick has this fetish. There is some play of calling each other names during sex, derogatory names, nasty names, but it's like hot, it's consensual, and it's safe. Like there's a safe word in play. Even when Patrick is saying the most nastiest things, he says them in such a way that I'm like, say that again. I was rereading whilst reading. Okay, sir. Okay. Patrick! Yeah, sign me up. Where do I sign? The plot was cute too. Towards the end though, I felt like it was a little bit rushed. I wasn't a big fan of the ending, but this book was really, really good. This has to be the hottest book I've read so far this year. I say this book was so good and it was so hot. It was smart, great plots, great characters. I was very, very invested in the story. That is all for this wrap up. I do hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that little bell to get notified every single time your home girl posts a video. Until next time, sugars, thank you so much for watching. Bye.